Qoheleth, Ecclesiastes, chapters 9 through 12. Qoheleth, Ecclesiastes, chapter 9. For all this I took to heart, even to search out all this, that the righteous and the wise and their deeds are in the hand of Elohim. No man knows whether love or hatred awaits him. It is the same for all, one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, and to the one slaughtering and to the one not slaughtering. As is the good one, so is the sinner, the one swearing as the one fearing an oath. This is an evil in all that is done under the sun. There is one event to all. Truly the hearts of the sons of men are filled with evil, and madness is in their hearts while they live, and then to the dead. But for him who is joined to all the living there is trust, for a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not, nor do they have any more reward, for their remembrance is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy have now perished, and they no longer have a share in all that is done under the sun. Go, eat your bread with joy, and drink your wine with a glad heart, for Elohim has already approved your works. Let your garments be white at all times, and let your head lack no oil. See life with the wife whom you love all the days of your futile life, which he has given you under the sun, all your days of futility. For that is your share in life, and in your toil which you have labored under the sun. All that your hand finds to do, do it with your might, for there is no work or planning or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. I again saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the mighty, nor even bread to the wise, nor even riches to men of understanding, nor even favor to men of knowledge, for time and chance meets with them all. For even man does not know his time. Like fish taken in an evil net, and like birds caught in a snare, so the sons of men are snared in an evil time, when it comes down on them suddenly. Also this I saw as wisdom under the sun, and it is great to me. A little city, and few men in it, and a great sovereign came against it, and besieged it, and built huge siege works against it. And there was found in it a poor wise man, and by his wisdom he delivered the city, yet no one remembered that poor man. And I said, Wisdom is better than might, but the wisdom of the poor man is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of the wise, spoken calmly, should be heard rather than the shout of a ruler of fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of conflict, but one sinner destroys much good. Qoheleth, Ecclesiastes, chapter 10. Dead flies make the perfumer's ointment stink, ferment. A little folly outweighs wisdom, esteem. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. And also, when a fool walks along the way, his heart is lacking, and he shows everyone that he is a fool. If the spirit of the ruler rises against you, do not leave your post, for calmness lays to rest great faults. There is an evil I have seen under the sun, as a mistake coming from the ruler. Folly is put in many heights, while the rich sit in a humble place. I have seen servants on horses, and rulers walking on the ground like servants. He who digs a pit falls into it, and whoever breaks through a wall is bitten by a snake. He who quarries stones is hurt by them. He who splits wood is endangered by it. If an iron tool is blunt and one does not sharpen the edge, then he needs more strength, and wisdom is advantageous to make right. If the snake bites without enchantment, then the master of the tongue is no better. Words of a wise man's mouth show favor, but the lips of a fool swallow him up. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is wicked madness. And a fool increases words. A man knows not what shall come to be, and who declares to him what shall be after him? The labor of fools wearies them, because not one knows how to go to the city. Woe to you, O land, when your sovereign is a youth and your rulers feast in the morning. Baruch are you, O land, when your sovereign is the son of nobles and your rulers feast in due season for strength and not for drunkenness. Because of laziness the framework tumbles, and through idleness of hands the house leaks. A feast is made for laughter, and wine gladdens life, and the silver answers all. Do not curse the sovereign, even in your thought. Do not curse the rich, even in your bedroom. For a bird of the Shamayim conveys the voice, and a bird in flight makes the matter known. Qoheleth, Ecclesiastes, chapter 11. Send out your bread on the face of the waters, for after many days you shall find it. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for you do not know what evil might be on the earth. If the clouds are filled with rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. And if a tree falls to the south or the north in the place where the tree falls, there it is. He who watches the wind does not sow, and he who looks at the clouds does not reap. As you do not know what is the way of the wind, or how the bones grow in the womb of her who is with child, so you do not know the works of Elohim who makes all. Sow your seed in the morning, and until evening do not let your hand rest, since you do not know which prosper this or that, or whether both alike are good. Sweet also is the light, and good for the eyes to see the sun. But if a man lives many years, let him rejoice in them all. But let him remember the days of darkness, for they are many. All that is coming is futility. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart gladden you in the days of your youth, and walk in the ways of your heart and in the sight of your eyes. But know that for all these Elohim brings you into right ruling. Therefore remove wrath from your heart and put away evil from your flesh, for youth and dawn of life are futility. Qoheleth, Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. Remember also your Creator in the days of your youth, before the evil days come, and the years draw near when you say, I have no pleasure in them. Before the sun and the light, the moon and the stars are darkened, and the clouds return after the rain, and the day when the guards of the house tremble, and the strong men shall bow down, when the grinders shall cease because they are few, and those that look through the windows shall become dim, and the door shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of grinding is low, and one rises up at the sound of a bird, and all the daughters of song are bowed down. Furthermore, they are afraid of what is high, and of low places in the way, and the almond tree blossoms, and the grasshopper becomes a burden, and desire perishes. For man is going to his everlasting home, and the mourner shall go about the streets. Before the silver cord is loosed, or the golden bowl is broken, or the jar shattered at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the well, and the dust returns to the earth as it was, and the spirit returns to Elohim who gave it. Futility, futility, said the Qoheleth, all is futile. And besides being wise, Qoheleth also taught the people knowledge, and he listened and sought out, laid in order many proverbs. Qoheleth sought to find out words of delight and words of truth rightly written. The words of the wise are like goads, and as nails driven by the masters of collections. They were given by one shepherd. And besides these, my son, be warned. The making of many books has no end, and much study is a wearying of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter. Revere Elohim and guard his commands, for this is to all mankind. For Elohim shall bring every work into right ruling, including all that is hidden, whether good or whether evil.